With the amounts of waits and pushbacks and questions and harassment and clickbait videos on YouTube, we finally got the official release date of God of War Ragnarok. And on top of that, we also got the trailer. So today, video, it's been a while. No, it's been a long time. Crazy things are different, blurry in the background and whatnot. Um, we are going to react to God of War Ragnarok. So keep calm, drink on, and let's get into the video. And we got it at 4K. Let's fucking get it, bro. Sheesh.
When you are at your weakest,
In fear and doubt are a burden too heavy to bear.
remember this. You are not alone.
Rated M for mature.
So for sure, now we have. I don't think that was a thing. I think we had to shoot at them. If I'm not mistaken, we had to shoot at the birds, but I think now birds are attacking. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Oh no, 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 it's just going away. Atreus is like a badass now. Now he's more like um yeah, I have to do this comparison just because of the sake of where PlayStation's been heading lately with like having two main characters basically. That Atreus is basically Ellie from The Last of Us, and he's growing up, and now he's growing, and now he's more of a badass than basically being useless. Which again, I don't think he was useless in God of War. The first one, I think he was way better. He was really good, especially against the Valkyries, because man, his arrows helped a lot. But um, compared to yeah, being compared to Ellie is probably the best thing to do, because Ellie, after well, at least Last of Us 2, she becomes a badass. And I think this is gonna be leaning more to his side of the story than Kratos. We know what Kratos' story is now. This is his son's story. So I'm definitely seeing that his story is gonna be more told here a lot. This is crazy. And then parried. So that's new. It's like he countered that parry now. It could be the sake of the video too. Without a doubt, it could be. Um, oh yeah, like they have the. I just realized he doesn't have his blade of chaos. He has his axe. I wonder if he's gonna have to go back like he did in the first one to get them, or you're just automatically with them. Which I would hope you automatically have them, because the whole point of him getting the chaos of blades was that he has to go back to a place that he didn't want to go to just to save the sake of his son. So I hope that concept is still in this game, because that was such a big thing too. Atreus is, like I said, Atreus is basically Eddie, just a badass. He's no longer scared. He's no longer running. He's no longer being the ignorant, stubborn, or just an asshole. He's realizing that he's a god, that he has a duty to fulfill, a prophecy basically. This is a good shot. This is a good shot. This is a good shot right here. Oh my god, this is really a good shot. Yeah, that's not much. This is only a 30-second video, but for sure, just from seeing this video, you can definitely tell that there's little things to be questioned and there's little things to depict. For sure. I really hope he has the Blades of Chaos, because that was a big thing. Then again, it could be that, Atreus is grown now and he doesn't need the Blades of Chaos. Or maybe he'll pass down the Blades of Chaos. Who really knows, to be honest? That would be cool too, seeing Atreus using the Blades of Chaos, because he's gonna be he's half I was right, it's Norse. Yeah, he's half Norse and half Greek. So it will be cool to see what he does with the Blades of Chaos, especially with the hands of the two infamous, basically, if not my top 3 favorite shoppers out of everyone in any game, basically. What they can do with the Blades of Chaos, so this might be the best moment to actually start playing all the God Awards again officially, like to actually understand the story more, to understand where Kratos went to, and then to lead up to this game right here. So honestly, I might have to do it sooner as I thought, because there's a lot to say. And honestly, playing the old God of Wars, especially now with the PlayStation Plus Premium being out, it's it's looking really, really good right now. Honestly. Let me see. We got July, August, September, October. We got 4 months. We have all of this month. We got August, we got September, we got October, and then it's November of the 9th. On a Wednesday? What the hell? Why is it on a Wednesday? That's weird. That's on Wednesday. Huh. Why did they do it on Wednesday? That's weird. It doesn't seem like they knew. Did they knew, or they just basically just give it just to make sure to stop the harassment that was going on? This is another thing too that was being talked about, was that a lot of people in the comments were like, look, they're gonna give the release date just to shut the hell up of the harassment that was being told, because there was nothing being said all year about God of War Ragnarok, which was a weird move from PlayStation, because when they release a game, they make sure that we're known for a good year, to be honest. If not a good year, a good I'll probably say 9 to 8 months before the game release, if anything. And if they push it back, they'll push it back. Do I think that this is the release date? No, I don't think this is the release date, honestly. If they push it back, they'll probably push it back even further, probably for next year. The reason why I this is funny, because this release date was actually the reason why Red Dead Redemption didn't get Game of the Year. Because if they're trying to get Game of the Year, God of War Ragnarok, if they're this confident that they're gonna get Game of the Year this year, I think they're over their heads off this. They should have released this like somewhere around this year, this month, like July or August, because that was the biggest that was not, I don't want to say the downfall, but I definitely would say the biggest thing that people were like, you can't give a Game of the Year to a game that just came out like a few months ago. And that was the biggest argument people had for Red Dead Redemption 2. Great game, by the way. Didn't cry, but that's a big the reason why I say I didn't cry was because the people were really depicting that game like that game was God of War, not realizing that God of War has a history behind it. Like, we get Red Dead 1 and we get Red Dead 2 for sure, but you gotta realize God of War has he has different stories of what he went through. You're talking about Ascension. You're talking about the first one. You're talking about God of War 2. You're talking about Chains of Olympics. You're talking about Ghost of Sparta. You're talking about God of War 3. You're talking about the God of War that came out in 2019. This story keeps going. There's more to it than just one game. Now, can they win Game of the Year with this release date? Maybe. Probably not, though. I probably don't see them getting a Game of the Year this year for this release date. They might just say no, not this year, for next year, just to have a head start, you know. But if they're really planning to, yeah, dude, this is not gonna be, I don't think it's gonna be Game of the Year for sure. I don't think so. I mean, we have to know what the game is like too, in other words, to be even talking about Game of the Year for sure. But if the game is great, like really great, and this is the release date, and then the game comes out in the Game of the Year for this year, I'm gonna be fucking flabbergasted. I'm not even gonna be like when the first game just first came out. I remember when the game came out, I was like, they're gonna win Game of the Year, and they were losing. If you go back to 2000 and I think it was it 18 or 19, if I'm not mistaken, when the game came out, they were losing. They were losing from sound, they were losing from productions, they were losing from storytelling, they were losing from, I think, character development. I think they won one, and then I was like, okay, we won one in Game of the Year. And then the big one, the very big one, they only won one. It was the game. Yeah, they were missing the Game of the Year one. And they were losing back and forth from Red Dead. Red Dead was winning like all of them. And people were just like, Red Dead's gonna win and watch. Red Dead's gonna win the whole thing. And I was just like, nope. God of War is gonna win it. Watch, because of that release date. That release date kills the game of the year. But like I said, who knows if this game comes out very phenomenal, talked about a lot, which I'm pretty sure it is. It's gonna get people going. You know, it's gonna be like, yeah, this is good, the game of the year, because the number one competitor that they have right now, at least from that release date, will have to be Last of Us, the remake. All right, here we go. So September, Last of Us Part 1, which is being called a remake, which could be a highly competitor to against God of War, by the way, because remakes do count. I know, because Final Fantasy VII Remake does count. Again, I don't know what the deal with Last of Us Part 1 is. I don't know if it's a remake or a remaster. They keep changing things up. So that's one. I think Evil West was one of them too. Yeah, this game's being talked about too. Evil West. This one too. Yeah, this is another one. Valkyrie by Square Enix. Gotham Knights, that's coming out on October. That's 3. Let's see. Any more? This was most likely. Is this the old one or the newest one? That's the newest one. That's gonna be a competitor as well. These will most likely not count for sure. I don't think this is gonna count. I don't think this is gonna count too. That's 6 already. They didn't put Hogwarts. I just realized that they didn't put Hogwarts that's coming out. That's like 6 or 7 games already. Hogwarts Legacy, you see? That's like 6 basically. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's 6 games coming out, and with this game on top of that, damn dude. Honestly, I would probably say if I was, because there's so many games coming out this year that I'm not saying it will not compete with them. I'm not saying that either. But what I'm saying is that there's so many games. You have to realize there just has to be a gap in between them. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to talk about, and like I said, very excited. I'm very happy. Anyone who was harassing the studios and developers on Twitter, fuck you, because honestly, you deserve all the hate. And if they give this release date and they push it back just for the sake for everyone to shut the hell up, I'm gonna be pissed off, because this is giving hope, you know? And again, I have to remember this. Cyberpunk 2077. I don't care if any of you guys, well, 2077 was a mistake. This is not. I don't give a fuck, dude. If the game gets pushed back, it gets pushed back. It's that simple. If it gets pushed back for the sake of being of masterpiece, I'm gonna go for that. But if they give the release date just to sake for everyone to shut the hell up and stop harassing developers, that's a big fuck you to you, dude. Honest to God, that's a big fuck you to you. I usually never cuss, but the stuff that everyone was doing online to these developers that I was seeing was honestly mind-boggling. Like, I was in shock. I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, you guys are way over the top. You guys are acting like, truth be told, Xbox, basically, you know? You guys were acting like Xbox players, where they just kept harassing. It's like, dude, we get it. Your console's better. We get it. You have no release dates. We get it. You have one game coming out that's next year. We get it. I don't care. I just love games for games. That's the biggest thing. I love games for games. And that's the number one thing I hate right now, is that this console war crap can lead to harassment. And then this harassment is leading from us. This is coming from us, Sony players, which we should know already. As someone who owns a PlayStation, we shouldn't be harassing our developers, and we shouldn't be targeting people just for the sake of a game that we want. If the game gets pushed back, it gets pushed back. We thought, as even me, as someone who's a big God of War fan, who's been playing the franchise since I was like 10 or 12, I can tell you that I was expecting this game to come out next year, not this year at all. If it came out next year, I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be like, I kind of expected that, because the game of launch of last year, the last one was April or May. So if this game gets pushed back even more, It's all fine. I'm chilling. I'm not even gonna complain. But you guys, I really hope that this is not a reason why they get the release date, because that really sucks, dude. And if they push back, wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't even be mad. And like I said, don't care if anyone says that it's because of Cyberpunk 2077. That's the lame excuse ever. Like, fuck you. You're not developing the game. They are. Period. Period. You're not developing the game. You're not gonna talk to me about developing games when you're not even developing games. That's just a fact. Don't speak about something you don't know about. That's just the hard truth, you know? Sorry, got into a little rant. It just sucks. Some of the stuff that I was reading, especially against women and women's that were developing this game, and males too. This was going both sides, and it just sucks that us PlayStation fans, PlayStation owners, we already expect this. We know games are gonna come out great. We know that our money that we spent on the PlayStation 5 is worth it. We know it's not the highest as compared to the Xbox Series X or a PC. We know already. We get that already. That's not what we're here for. We're here for games. That's what we're here for. Games. That's what we're number one here for. And if they need time to develop it more, thumbs up. I got you guys the next one. I want to keep ranting if I talk about this subject. Love you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. And I catch you guys the next one. Peace.